The Supreme Court. I mean, it's the Supreme Court, right? Like, you know when you go to Taco Bell and you order yourself a goddamn burrito supreme? That's how fucking supreme this court is. So let me tell you about the Supreme Court. So, there's a couple of grown adults, theoretically speaking, they're grown adults. Theoretically. But, you know, according to all of the information that we have, they are grown adults. And they walk around wearing, like, giant, like, bed sheets on their body. Like, Snuggies, you know? Like, you know what Snuggies are? Right? Like, it's like a giant, like, blanket, right? And you put your arms through. That, like, they walk around like that. Like, you ever see a Supreme Court justice walk down the hallway and their Snuggie is, like, fucking, like, you know, flailing on the floor, collecting dirt and filth? You ever see that shit? You ever see these fucking weirdos walking around town with their fucking giant bed sheets on? I mean, throughout American history, there's been a lot of people in this country that love to wear bed sheets, right? And so, in my opinion, the Supreme Court, they should just complete the costume, right? Get the hood on. I mean, my God, right? But anyway, so there's a bunch of grown adults, and they wear Snuggies and bed sheets, and then walk around and drag their fucking cloth all over the floor, collect filth and garbage, and get all over it. And apparently, right, they're not in a mental asylum of some kind. Now, again, I don't want to be ableist here, but you'd think, right, people walking around in public with Snuggies on, you know, you'd think maybe, I don't know, they need some psychological evaluation. So, according to my records, according to my understanding of the universe, they are not in a mental institution. This is not a mental institution. This is the Supreme Court, to my understanding. I could be wrong. So anyway, so we let a bunch of mentally ill, grown adults who are walking around wearing Snuggies and drinking beer, we just let them do whatever they want. They get to decide the rules in this country. There's no such thing as Congress. There's no such thing as a president. The fuck's a president? No. We gotta deal with what the Snuggie and bedsheet people want. The guys who drink beer because they love it.
I liked beer. I still like beer.
I don't know. Like, this is crazy. I mean, like, again, like let's just, like, really just take a step back, right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, none of this is real. Like, this is all made up. Like, the Constitution is a piece of paper. So you're telling me someone drew on a piece of paper 300 fucking years ago, someone was just scribbling on a piece of paper, and now a bunch of weird grown adults in Snuggies that, like, belong to Christian cults and drink a lot of beer, and they walk around in bed sheets and Snuggies telling us what to do? What? I'm trying to figure out, like, what? But, like, millions of Americans, they walk around and they go, like, oh, yeah, the Supreme Court. Oh, yes. They're justices. The Supreme Court. I'm sorry, but that will never cease to amaze me. So now that I'm done my stand-up routine, in a stunning breach of Supreme Court confidentiality and secrecy, Politico has obtained what it calls a draft of a majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito that would strike down Roe v. Wade. The draft was circulated in early February. According to Politico, the final opinion has not been released, and votes and language can change before opinions are formally released. The opinion in this case is not expected to be published until late June. So I just want to, like, take a moment here. Like, every other, like, month, there's, like, a new wave of, like, oh, Roe v. Wade's gone. A couple months ago, right? Like, you know, it was, like, a case, like, the shadow docket or whatever, right? Like, they had cases on there that they refused to hear because they didn't want to, like, solidify abortion rights or what, you know. And then it was like, oh, it's gone. A couple months later, oh, it's gone. Here we are, we woke up, oh, it's gone. Like, how many times are they going to fucking strike down Roe v. Wade? Right? I mean, like, you live in Texas, you live in Missouri, you live in Georgia. You don't have Roe v. Wade down there, right? They've been fucking around for, like, a year now. Right? Like, oh, it's gone in Georgia. Oh, it's gone there. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Like, can we just, like, be honest? Like, we haven't had Roe v. Wade in this country in, like, 2 years. Right? But, like, I don't know, people are stupid. Like, Americans are fucking dumb, and they just listen to people in the bed sheets. Right? And so every time Roe v. Wade disappears, because it's going to happen again, in late June, Roe v. Wade's going to go away again, right? I don't know. Can you name any like political action that has happened like 30 times in a row, like other than the dismantling of Roe v. Wade, because it's happened so many times now. But anyway, so we don't have Roe v. Wade. We haven't had it in this country for a long time, because the grown adults that drink beer and wear bed sheets told us that abortion is unconstitutional. Yeah, listen to the guy in the bed sheet on your medical advice. No, fuck the doctor. Who cares about doctors and medical professionals and scientists? Let's listen to the guy with the bed sheet. I can't, but people do. Like, millions of people will literally walk around and pretend as if, oh, can't get an abortion because the guy in the bed sheet told me to. Like, that's, like, doctors will say, oh, I can't provide you an abortion because there's some dude in a bed sheet, like, in Washington, and he, like, you know, got up late or whatever and couldn't, like, get his clothes on, and he went to work with a fucking Snuggie, right? And he said, I'm not allowed to give you an abortion. So, what? Like, but this is how the country works, so, okay. CNN has not independently confirmed the document's authenticity, so it could be fake. It could be fake news. and then they're gonna take it away again. Goddamn, don't get me started on Guinea. Goddamn Guinea. I can't even get started on Guinea. All right. According to the draft, the court would overturn Roe v. Wade's holding of a federal constitutional right to abortion. The opinion would be the most consequential abortion decision in decades and transform the landscape of women's reproductive health in America. Anyway, you can read all this fucking garbage if you want. Like, so, like, okay, so there's the guy in the bed sheet, and, there's a guy in a bed sheet, there's multiple guys in bed sheets, and they told us that we're not allowed to have abortions. I'm sorry, but, like, but, like, okay, so, like, what did we talk about here? So, the Supreme Court needs to be abolished. Alright. Okay. We can say that. We can say it. Is it gonna happen? No. Alright, so what's gonna happen? Oh, the Democrats, they happen to control Congress. They could codify Roe v. Wade as an actual law. Can we, like, think about, like, can we, like, let's analyze this for a moment here. Like, does anyone actually know what Supreme Court precedents are, like judicial review? It's a bunch of bullshit. It's made up. Like, they made it up. Like, this whole thing of, like, the Supreme Court deciding what policies are, and that's made up. Like, that's not in the Constitution. It doesn't say in the Constitution, oh, the Supreme Court's going to decide a bunch of laws just willy-nilly based on what cult they grew up in. That's not what it says in the Constitution, right? But anyway, so Democrats just let abortion rights, just be a thing from, like, some, like, technicality that the Supreme Court did, like, fucking 60 years ago. Like, you'd think, oh, we're not, like, Barack Obama becomes elected president, just do some easy softballs, like, oh, let's just make this law real quick, just because it's the right thing to do. Why haven't they done that yet? Oh, I don't know. Why don't they do it right now? You know they're not going to do it right now. Why? Because Joe Manchin, he's a Republican, right? So Democrats don't actually control the Senate. But, like, so, okay, so Democrats could have done anything at any point, but they chose not to. Because the party is controlled by a coal baron Republican. The Snuggie people, right? The Snuggie people are just gonna keep doing this. Like, why not, right? They're still alive. As long as they live and breathe, they're gonna fuck with us. Like, imagine, like, you living in the world. Like, what is it, like, what kind of damage does it do to your psyche when you're on the Supreme Court for such a long time? Like, when you're wearing the Snuggie for, like, 30 or 40 years, And when's the last time these people have taken these Snuggies off and washed them? I mean, like, again, have you seen that? Like, have you ever seen, like, a judge walk down the hallway and their, like, fucking bed sheet is, like, flowing against the fucking dirty floor that, like, criminals step on, like, you know, with their fucking shoes, and they get mud and filth all over the fucking doors, and these like, I don't know, man, this is crazy. But anyway, so the Snuggie people have unlimited power because Americans are dumb, and they just like, oh, well, the piece of paper that doesn't even give them the power to do this, but, you know, the piece of paper does something. Like, okay, so there's a piece of paper. A bunch of old-ass slave owners drew their names on the piece of paper. And the piece of paper created the Supreme Court out of thin air, where a bunch of grown-ass, like, slave owners installed a bunch of Snuggie people that wear bed sheets all day. And they call themselves judges. They wear Snuggies, and they walk around in public. And then they kind of just, like, went on their own and made up a bunch of rules called, like, judicial review. Just made it up. Just, you know, completely just, I don't know. Where'd you get it from? Oh. So they made it up, right? And America is just like, okay, let's go to work. Oh, how's the weather? Oh, did you hear about the Snuggie people? Yeah, that's right. They just told half the country that they can no longer see the doctor. Oh, well. I mean, again, this country sucks. I don't know. I don't know what else that there is to say about it. I've done this segment like 5 times, because over the last year, Roe v. Wade has been destroyed and dismantled 5 times, 6 times now. So, like, I've already done this segment like 50 times, and I'm going to do it again whenever the official opinion is presented or whatever the fuck. None of this matters. Like, we could just all choose not to deal with these people. We could all choose not to deal with Republicans. We could all choose to just, you know, not deal with what, like, oh, you're wearing a Snuggie outside. Like, maybe you belong in a home, old man. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the Queen, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yes, Queen, slay. Remember when Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't retire when Obama was president? Remember that? So let me get this straight. Okay, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let me just, I'm doing the whole thing. Okay. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, yes, Queen. So she tells us, right? She tells us, bro, I am not going to retire. I'm my own woman, right? I hate black people, but that's fine. I'm still a liberal icon and hero. Also, trans people suck and they're all evil, but I'm a liberal icon, slay queen, right? I'll make it. There's no way Trump's going to get 2 terms. I can last 4 years. And then this dumb fuck bitch has the audacity, this stupid fucking whore, has the audacity to die like 3 weeks before the election. Like, what a fucking whore. Like, what a fucking absolute and utter fucking whore this bitch is, man. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, more like fucking, I don't know, like, that bitch is dead. Like, that's the only good part about this story. But anyway, so she's dead. She died. Like 3-4 weeks before the election. Like, you couldn't hold on a little bit longer? Like, you told us you'd make it. You told us. We didn't tell you. We told you to get the fuck out of here, bitch. But she was like, no, 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 no. I want to be replaced by the first female president. Well, you got replaced by the pussy grabber instead. I mean, that's great, right? Like, wow, good job, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So anyway, liberal icon, who, by the way, hates black people, hates transgender people, and gay people. But liberal icon, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she slayed the country and herself, apparently. So, slay queen. And also, like, again, like, why does no one takes this fucking shit seriously? Like, no one should take this shit seriously. Like, these are a bunch of grown adults walking around town and, like, wearing bed sheets saying, "I do decree that the like." Have you heard yourself talk, motherfucker? Like you sound like a fucking lunatic. Like you sound like you're a fucking like a cartoon character. Like you're filming a TV show. No one talks like that, dude. Like, but anyway, I don't know. Roe v. Wade is gone again for the 13th time in like the last year.